Good. Thank you all. Good afternoon. My name is Richard Marcus, and I'm a progressive from Watertown. I'm the founder of Progressive Watertown. And I'm here today because racism has threatened my father that was not easily seen. Let me fill you in with some more information. On the day of my mother and father's first wedding anniversary, they witnessed the Nazi army marching into their home city of Vienna, Austria, under a cascade of flowers and cheers. But my father had fled in his hometown of Berlin, had followed him again, and now it was time to flee again. Fortunately, through luck and circumstance, my parents were sponsored by a Jewish family in Dorchester and were able to flee to safety. The special privilege that allowed me to be here today was that my father didn't look Jewish. My father's family was fully assimilated and no longer practicing Jews, so my father was not circumcised. When he was stopped in the street by the Gestapo, they made him pull down his pants. And because he was not circumcised, he passed. And for that reason, I'm standing here today. My parents were lucky to have found a sponsor. If they hadn't, they would have been killed. In 1925, a Republican Congress closed immigration in the U.S. by enacting strict immigration measures. They were tired of the flow of immigrations to the U.S. from the Italians, the Irish, the Jews, and the Chinese, and wanted it to end. The new measure in America was, I fought for what I have. Why should we let you in to enjoy it, to take it away? Suddenly, free passage to America and the opportunity was restricted. Immigration was restricted to 150 people per country per year. When World War II broke out, there were no special provisions for the Jews fleeing extinction. Instead, people said, there might be Nazis hiding among them. We can't let them in. We've heard that before just very recently. Just as today when people say no Muslims, no Syrians, etc., this is not new in our nation's history. There were once signs that read, Irish need not apply, Italians not served, and of course the Jim Crow era of segregation where blacks and whites could not even share a water fountain. We have come together to end prejudice before, and we must rally to end it again. Immigration has built this nation, and it's what has made this nation so great and so unique. Yet when people yell America first, what it really would do would lead America to be last. My journey has secured my place in this society. When I awake each day, I'm free to go where I please. When I walk through a store, nobody follows me. When I'm driving my car, I never worry about a broken taillight will lead to my arrest. And I know if my car is broken down by the side of the road at night, a policeman will not approach me with a gun in hand. Yet a black baby born tomorrow stands a 1 in 3 chance of becoming part of the legal system, and that's not as a lawyer. A black or a Latino person with pot is 700% more likely to be arrested than a white person. And once before a DA or a judge, a black or Latino person is much more likely not to be given the benefit of doubt than a white person is. Some people say Black Lives Matter. Some people say white lives matter. Aren't they the same? No, they're not. Just because we label some parking spaces as handicapped does not mean we have to label all the other parking spaces as non-handicapped. It's obvious. It should be obvious that being black or brown in America is not the same as being a white person in America. It's a given. No one labels the person white unless they want to identify the person as not black or brown. Yet we, white people, don't acknowledge our advantage, partially because it's always been there, and partially because we can pass it off by saying we didn't create the system. Racism is America's original sin. A white society established itself here at the extinction of one race, near extinction of one race, and the enslavement of another race. If that isn't racism, what is it?